Freak Nation, NASCAR is hoping for chaos come Sunday at the Roval. There are 3 new sharp turns. There's elevation on this track. When Hall of Famer Ricky Rudd took a Toyota out there for a spin, Hall of Famer, and I listen, I know Ricky Rudd hasn't raced competitively for many, many years, but when Rudd talks about going out on the new Charlotte Roval design, he says there's a spot on the track where you really don't know where you are.
He says he can't see what's coming up over the bend, the 35-foot elevation change. Like, wait, what? Where's the track?
Some pretty freaking memorable finishes there at the Charlotte Roval. And a number of drivers, they're, I would say, split, Crasher, on the changes.
I would agree with that. Well, we're going to hear from a couple of sound bites coming up, but I like how Daniel Suarez is welcoming of the change. He knows it's probably going to create some chaos, but the bottom line is change can be good. And he feels that the changes that they're making, whether it's the elevation, whether it's changing the braking zones, adding a little bit of a chicane or enhancing the chicane, I should say, on the front straightaway of the oval part of the Roval. He says, you know what? Change is good. And it makes drivers up their game. And it just makes them step up as in their craft as drivers. So the cream will always rise. And that's what we should see coming up this weekend.
Here's Daniel Suarez talking about the Roval and the new design.
Yeah, at least in the simulator is that way. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy that SMI and everyone in NASCAR is allowing these kind of changes, because if you think about it, you know, we've been racing already the Roval for a handful of years, and it's been amazing. You know, we all have enjoyed it so much. But a little change like this always, in my mind, spice things a little bit. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we are always continue to think outside the box a little bit. I think this makes the sport excited.
Of course, that's coming from a road course specialist. Crasher, go ahead.
Well, another thing he said, it started, I think we cut in right as he was talking about the simulator. No driver has been able to race this outside of a passenger vehicle car on its own. It's been all simulator work. So it will be interesting to see how the simulator with the changes to this track, how that translates to the guys once they get into practice mode come Saturday.
Denny Hamlin discussing the Roval chaos.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's set up for chaos. Truthfully, I think that they were very strategic in making sure that they, created us, put us to a decision where what might be fast, the normal racing line will be fast, but there's going to be an option to shortcut it and just wipe out whoever's in front of you. So I think, there's just, there's, what other reason would we have changed it other than to create more chaos and things like that? And I think that it certainly will be that way.
Stat man, that's exactly what you want to hear. Just drive right through a driver. These new sharp turns at the Roval. And do we see an Austin Dillon type move on one of these new turns, Statman?
No, because there's too much at stake now. You're not trying to get into the playoffs. You're trying to advance to the smaller, like the semifinals of the championship playoffs. So I don't think anybody's going to take any untoward chances like Austin Dillon did, just knocking people out of the way to try to get into the tournament.
Hey, NASCAR set their precedent, Kenny. Sure, you can wreck and go for the win, but if they consider your wreck to be conduct detrimental to stock car racing, which they did with Austin Dillon, you can keep your win, but you're not going to advance. That's the bottom line.
Thank you, NASCAR, for making this a cutoff race.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
One driver that is not a fan, we're a fan of, Michael McDowell. One last question about the Roval. Do you like the changes that they've made in this year's track? They're talking about turn 7 and creating chaos for you guys.
Yeah, I don't love the gimmicky creating chaos. I mean, I'll just say it out there. But I like change because I feel like change helps when it's a place that maybe you haven't nailed, right? Like I wasn't super excited about Watkins Glen having a new bus stop and a new exit curbing because we were so good there last year. I don't want anything to change, and drivers are selfish like that. And so I think that creating more chaos at the Roval, I don't love gimmicks. I wish we were at a proper road course like a Road America or maybe Laguna Seca or somewhere cool like that. But it is fun and it is challenging and it is a different style. It's like indoor karting with your buddies. But if anyone that's gone indoor karting with their buddies leaves there really pissed, right? And that's how the Roval is. You leave there like, I got run into way too many times. I ran into too many people. I mean, you just leave there like, what did we just do? And I think that's honestly why it suits AJ's style so well, right? Like he's figured it out. And so, yeah, so it's fun. I enjoy it. But I think there's a lot cooler road courses we could be doing.
Good for him in saying that. Imagine those big stock cars coming down the corkscrew at Laguna Seca.
I don't know, stat man. Ain't a lot happening, man. Anything to bury this lawsuit for the next several races.
Not happening. Not happening.
This is not going away. This potentially could change the sport more than anything's happened in a very long time.
Yep.
Hey, Ross. It's your boy Steve Phelps. NASCAR. $300,000. You take out Elliott, second to the last lap. Give us some drama, bro. Oh, by the way, this is Steve O'Donnell.
Oh, yeah, wrong Steve.
Hey. Love this.
In case you're wondering who's in it, can we bring up this real quick? Because we're almost out of time. We'll give you a good idea. Joey Logano, Daniel Suarez, Austin Cindric, and Chase Briscoe. Those are your 3 drivers below the cut line. And Joey Logano, former champion. Daniel Suarez, good on road courses. Austin Cindric and Chase Briscoe, not too happy with how the old DVP clock went, I think, for both of them in the big wreck today at Talladega, or on Sunday at Talladega.
Just take a look at Denny Hamlin sitting in the 4th spot, seemingly massively safe going into the round of 8.
Joey Logano's taking him out, Crasher. I predict it. Joey Logano's taking out Denny Hamlin.
Let me back up, because before that big one with 4 or 5 to go, Denny Hamlin was on the outside looking in. That big one saved his ass.
Calling my shot. Babe Ruth, I'm over there. It's going over there, babe. Joey Logano taking out Denny Hamlin. 5 to go. Good night, Denny.
Please.
We shall see.
It's going to wind up like this if you're watching us on MAP TV and Ricky Stenhouse punching Kyle Busch.
So hard that Kyle Busch's face is blurred?
Yes. That was the most exciting thing that Ricky Stenhouse Jr. did this season prior to winning Talladega, as the punch heard around the world.
And meanwhile, Kyle Busch goes up into the outer lane because nobody wanted to move with 3 laps to go. Kyle's the only one that wants to take a chance, and nobody goes with him. Everybody's content. I'll finish 10th. I'll finish 8th. I'll finish just wherever. Nobody was moving. Talladega used to be a race where you would take chances on the last lap. You'd have buddies go with you. Didn't happen today. I'm just blown away by that too. But
you dropped that out with 40 seconds to go in the show, Crash?
Well, you guys were talking other Talladega stuff. Yes, it was. Sorry.
Man.
Those Lucas Oil colors look good, though, didn't they, Crash?
They did.
They look great out front.
Back and straight up.
Oh, my goodness. Next week is going to be fan-freaking-tastic right after the Roval. And the chaos the NASCAR is creating.
Yep.
All right, Freak Nation. Thank you guys for being a part of this big old thing. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the website, speedfreaks.tv. Shoot the juice to the moose and stat man.
Cut it loose.
See ya.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.